Yo, man, so the craziest story is going on right now in Florida, West Palm Beach to be exact. Now, I've been sitting and watching hours and hours of court footage, trying to corroborate stories from both sides, seeing which timeline makes sense. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't know, but we're gonna pull from what we do know. And all this crazy mess starts from one married woman dealing with the former NFL player. The married woman and the former NFL player going on a break. But still, while they chilled, she found out that he was dealing with other women. Then shit hit the fan and it left one of her close friends dead and gone. So let me break it all down to you. So we have a woman by the name of Dominique Jones, and we have Travis Rudolph. Now, Travis Rudolph is a former NFL player, a West Palm Beach high school star, a Florida State University superstar, played wide receiver, ended up going to the NFL, played for the New York Giants, and then went and played for the Miami Dolphins for a brief time. He ended up tearing his ACL, career cut short, but he still was trying to fight back. And in 2021, after rehabbing, ended up landing a deal with the CFL, that's the Canadian Football League. During this time, he was dealing with Miss Dominique Jones, but as he was training to rehab from his injury, he would spend a lot of time in Miami focusing on rehabbing and dealing with great athletes out of Miami. You feel me? You know, I got to toot our horn down here. We got some thoroughbreds, you feel me? So he would spend a lot of time in Miami training. The girl would become jealous, saying that, listen, we haven't been seeing each other. And she also had recently got some cosmetic surgery. She's saying that she couldn't sit well, so you guys may assume that she has a BBL. I'm not going on record to say that, but her cosmetic surgery didn't allow her to sit well or have sex. And however all that played into it, but for whatever reason, they weren't seeing each other a lot. It allegedly was a month at a time, to the point that she got upset to wanting to ask for a break. And I'm going to paraphrase, and Travis Rudolph said, okay, we go ahead and take that break. Now, they still were texting and communicating, but it was established based on the text message that they were doing a break. She's on some vibes like, you know, couples say that, but they don't really mean that. And obviously you could tell how she moved, because this is a married woman, once again, who has theoretically moved on from her marriage. So she broke up from that situation, but she's not technically broken away from her marriage. Travis Rudolph had no idea that she was married at a point in time of dealing with her.
And you had a conversation with a man about marriage, and you're still married to Andre Chusang, is that correct?
Correct.
So you lied to Travis. You misled him, did you not?
Travis never asked me if I was married.
So you have to be asked a question in order to get an answer, to be told the truth? Is that what you're telling this jury?
I'm just telling the jury that the conversation about me being married never came up, so I never spoke on it because I felt like it was not my personal business to speak on.
And she claimed that she didn't have to tell him, even though that they did have some conversations about marriage and children in the future. But let's get to what's going on in the situation. So April 6, 2021 comes. Travis Rudolph hits the lady up and say, hey, let's go to the movies. They ended up saying, okay, we can go to the movies. They eventually link on that day, and during that day, they ended up going back to his crib. Before they hit the crib, she wanted to go ahead and get a bottle of Patron. She wanted to get lit. They get back to the crib, they start playing some Uno, you feel me? While they playing Uno, having fun, you know, taking shots and shit like that. All at Travis's home, where he lives with his brother, Daryl, and his mother. Daryl at the point in time is not home because he went to go get his car detailed. The mother isn't home, I believe, either. But while they're playing Uno, Daryl comes in and say, hey man, come check out my car. Come outside, let me talk to you for a second. Woody, woody, whoop. Now while Travis and Daryl are outside talking, Dominique Jones finds the time to figure out why has Travis been so distant. So she starts to dive through the man's phone. I would call it snooping, but Dominique doesn't dare want to call it snooping because she claims when they were on good terms, he gave her the password, so she has the jurisdiction to look through it whenever she wants to. The defense attorney said, Dominique, that's still snooping, but Dominique doesn't feel that way. The defense attorney was saying, but you guys aren't together anymore. Dominique doesn't feel that way.
I said I wanted a break, but you know how relationships are. Relationships are iffy. You might say you want a break one day. The next day, you guys might be... Our relationships are iffy. You might say you want to break one day. The next day, you guys might be back together. So
meanwhile, the whole time, she is a married woman. But she goes to that phone and finds him texting a woman, I think by the name of Kyla. If I got it wrong, I'm sorry, but she finds him texting Kyla and she don't like that shit. And what I'm going to do once again is corroborate both stories and not lean to one side or the other, all right? Dude comes back in the house, finds out that she knows he's been texting different chicks. She confronts him. She then FaceTimes Kyla to see him have a conversation with Kyla in her face to see how Travis and her speak.
You FaceTime her, or did you have Travis FaceTime her?
I just put the phone up and pressed FaceTime. Okay, so she didn't see me or anything.
And the reason you did that was so that she could only see Travis and you could evaluate or watched the way that Travis was interacting with her, did you not?
Correct.
Okay. And so what did you, after you saw that interaction, it was your impression that somehow these two had a relationship, right?
I wouldn't say relationship, but something was going on, yes.
It was more than a friendship, right?
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't to her satisfaction, so she went off. This is the great area of the conversation. She claimed she wanted to leave the room, wanted to leave the house, and Travis wasn't letting her go, so she grabbed one of his trophies and threatened to hit him with the trophy. Eventually, he let her go. Now, Travis is saying that's not how it went. I wanted her to go. She wasn't leaving. So she grabbed the trophy, hit me with it. She got my PlayStation, took my PlayStation, threw it on the ground. She ended up getting a Patron bottle, hit me with a Patron bottle. All while talking shit to him. Now Dominique is claiming that, yeah, she threw the bottle at him. Yeah, she broke the PlayStation. But she only did that because Travis slammed her 2 times.
If I hit him over the head with a metal trophy, would you...
What you did instead, not if...
I held the metal trophy up because he was standing in front of the door. I was asking him if I could leave. He said no. So I picked it up and I said, let me leave. And he ended up raising his hands up and he said, okay, you can go.
Right. So you never hit him with the trophy. You never threw the trophy at him.
Never.
Right?
Not at all.
Okay. You also took his PlayStation and broke it, did you not?
That was far... Are we going in chronological order or no?
I'm asking questions, you're answering them.
Okay.
The question was, regardless of the chronological order, at some point you took his PlayStation and you smashed it, did you not?
Yes, after I was slammed on the ground, I did.
Now, even though I don't know if this was originally spoken about on the young lady's part, but ring camera footage shows her attacking Travis as he's trying to walk inside of the house. Check out this footage. I cannot show the altercation, but in this footage, you will see Travis walking inside the house and speaking to his brother about Dominique, saying she tripping, and Dominique's hauling off on him. I'm gonna blur the image out, but she hauling off on him. Travis is like grabbing her. His brother's out there, and I don't know, but somehow the girl ended up falling. The defense is saying that she slipped and fell as both are trying to calm her down. Dominique is saying that she was slammed. The slams is what Dominique is saying, justifying everything that she did as far as throwing the Patron bottle, breaking the PlayStation, and everything else that's gonna follow. So eventually, by the way, y'all see that footage? Somehow these two ended up outside the home. On Dominique's story, she says she wanted to leave, but Travis wasn't letting her. On Travis' story, he says he wanted her to get the fuck about his house, but she wasn't leaving. But once the footage was shown and being discussed at trial, Dominique said she was trying to go back inside to leave and get her things first. Kind of confusing, but that's what she said. And then at that point, she admitted that Travis was saying, get the fuck out of my house.
Didn't set me off. I wanted to go. It was ready. It was time for me to go. It was just getting too heated.
Well, you saying now you wanted to go, but didn't you tell the jury yesterday? Then Travis said, get the F out of my house. Do you remember telling the jury that yesterday?
I told the jury that I had to go get my things.
You told the jury, then he said, get the F out of my house. That's what you told the jury yesterday.
Okay, he might have said that. He said that.
He wanted you out. He wasn't blocking you. He wanted you out of the house.
He wanted me to get out after he told me to go in the house to get my things. So I went into the house to grab my personal items that I brought over there.
Right. He didn't want you there anymore. He wanted you out of his house. That's what you told the jury yesterday.
Okay.
He wasn't keeping you confined in there, was he?
He was.
He wasn't falsely imprisoning you yet on the 6th, was he?
He was keeping me confined in the room. That's why I picked up the trophy.
And that's why he told you to get the F out of the house.
You're not in chronological order, so you're saying it.
At some point, he told you to get the F out of his house, did he not?
After he held me in the room and was not allowing me to leave.
So eventually Dominique is leaving, and then she tries to grab a brick to throw at his car, man. They eventually talk Dominique down, and she still ends up leaving the house. Now, as she's leaving the house, she gets in contact with her brother. Her brother name is Keyshawn. She contacts him through the phone, tell him what happened. She gets to the house to talk to Keyshawn. And in the midst of them being at the home, a group text message was started between Dominique Jones, Keyshawn Jones, and Tyler Robinson, a close friend. Within the conversation between the three, Dominique Jones tells them to please go and shoot his shit up. Keyshawn Jones says he's a dead man walking. From that point, From that point, Keyshawn Jones leaves his home. He claims he left his firearm at home still because he just wanted to go and talk. He meets Tyler Robinson at his home, and Tyler Robinson is there with two other friends. Sebastian Jean Jacques is the man who passed away, and Chris Lowe. Now, all of them are discussing what's going on, and eventually, what's admitted by the group is that they asked Keyshawn, was he going to bring his gun? He said he was going to bring his gun. But eventually, they left to go to the home. Now, throughout this whole time, Keyshawn is kind of agitated with Travis Rudolph because he's trying to call Travis and trying to text Travis to see what happened and ask him, I know you didn't do this. I know you ain't that dumb. But one thing that I did forget to mention is that Dominique Jones also broke Travis Rudolph's phone, so he's not seeing the goddamn text messages or the phone calls that's coming from Keyshawn Jones, Dominique Jones' brother, as he's trying to mediate the situation because he claimed that he likes Travis and he doesn't think that he would do anything like this. So he's agitated, he's not seeing response, so he claims he's gonna go see what's going on. Although, once again, he did receive a text message from his sister saying, go and shoot his shit up, and he responded, dead man walking. So that's what's going on. So they get to Travis Rudolph's home and they park down the street. For what reason, I don't know, but they park a little ways down the street from his home. They approach his door and Sebastian bangs on his door.
4 men showed up at his front door.
I just heard a loud bang, as if like the police was at the door. This all happened within seconds, so my brother was the first one to get to the door, so I was worried about his safety as well.
Who is it? Where Travis at? Travis at?
Paul's brother Daryl opens the door and they demand, the 4 guys, they demand that Travis comes outside. Now from that point, this when both sides collide. Travis saying he came outside trying to talk. He didn't bring his gun outside, but he came outside trying to talk. The guy that had no shirt on in the ring camera footage hauled off on him. That's Tyler Robinson. Hauled off and punched Travis in the side of the head, and then the melee began.
As soon as I came outside, literally, Tyler he sucker punched me to my left eye.
Lowe says what happens is Travis immediately came out and charged Keyshawn Jones, the blood brother of Dominique Jones, and kind of scoops him and drops him on the floor, and they all start fighting from that point.
So there really wasn't much conversation. It was more of like just talking back, like arguing back and forth. But within a couple of seconds of into it, he just looked at all of us and then he body slammed Keyshawn.
Guys do say that it was 2-on-1. Chris Lowe on the stand several times admitted that they were jumping them boys, and they had to explain it to the jury, but multiple people ganging up on one person. 2-on-1, 2-on-1. That's how they was getting down. Now Travis actually spoke on what happened during this said time. Check him out right here.
It was Tyler and Sebastian. They was like kind of trying to corner me in, and Tyler, he had pulled out his firearm. And during that time, Tyler pulled out his firearm. Sebastian was like, you mess with the wrong girl, you're gonna die tonight. And then that's when I went back inside and grabbed my firearm.
The fight spilling out into the street. The video shows Rudolph then running off his property with an AR-15.
I had to do what I had to do, you know what I'm saying, to protect me and my family. My brother was on the ground getting jumped by 2 of those guys getting kicked, so that's the reason why I went down the street. While they're all in their car, I see 2 firearms pointing at me and my brother, and I couldn't believe it. It's just a split decision where I just felt like it's either me and my brother or these guys that's, you know what I'm saying, gonna get hurt.
Rudolph firing 39 rounds, the 4 men speeding off.
I know people at home are going to question, okay, he has an AR-15 and he fired 39 times. What's your explanation for that?
I can't even count how many times I shot, to be honest with you. I got fast reflexes, you know, I play football. And on top of that, I mean, I felt like I had to keep shooting until the threat is no longer a threat anymore.
Did you realize you had shot somebody when that all happened?
No, I honestly didn't know I had shot anyone. And my heart sunk. I was just trying to get them away from me and my brother, from killing us, really.
Sebastian Jean Jacques was shot and killed. Tyler Robinson was also shot but survived. Keyshawn Jones and Christopher Lowe were not hurt.
Lowe is saying that the timeline of the events is different. He's saying that he's never seen Travis's gun, and he was only retreating because Keyshawn was saying, let's go. But as he was retreating, he admitted that he's seen Sebastian still fighting Travis's brother, DJ or Daryl, in the street and went to go and help. and he admitted once again to jumping that boy. Eventually, they ended up going back towards the car. Now, all the men in the car claims that they never seen any guns. No one carried any guns. Now, out of those 4 men, 2 was shot. 1 was still in the car, but 1 ran away. The one in the car passed away. That was Sebastian. And eventually, weeks later, it was found out that Tyler Robinson ran away and stashed a gun in some bushes. So, although Chris Lowe and Keyshawn said that they did not have a gun, Tyler Robinson actually did have a gun. Now, when Dominique Jones realized everything that was going on, she immediately went through her phone and deleted the message that said, "Please go and shoot his shit up." The messages were only found through her brother's phone after the police started gathering their evidence for what happened. Now, that's everything that's going on. They're still doing witness testimonies, but one thing that's interesting is Travis Rudolph will take the stand. So opposed to other situations that you guys may have seen, he's going to be willing to take the stand and defend his name. So we're going to wait to see that and see how he goes through cross-examination. But man, I'm going to tell y'all right now, dog, I don't want to be that guy. Like, even discussing the situation with other people, I found that it started to become that gender war bullshit again. Because we once again have a woman that we have to hold accountable when she's not actually on trial, when she probably caused the whole thing to go down. If you take a step back and read this title and look at this whole situation, a married woman is upset that her boyfriend that she was technically on a break with was texting other women. Need to mind you, a month later, this guy was getting ready to go to Canada and she wasn't going with him. The relationship was essentially over. They're just hanging out for the time being. But she allegedly goes into a jealous rage, sending men to go ahead and defend her honor on some vigilante type shit. Got a brother on the stand saying she has bruises and things on her. She's on the stand saying she don't have no bruises and nothing on her. Stories just all mixed up, sending her brother and close family friends to go and crash out for her when she was shown to be an aggressor. I don't know. We didn't see all the images, all the ring cameras. They cut out sometimes in the footage and stuff like that. You guys have ring cameras. You know that it's not a continuous recording for whatever reason. But what we see is her being aggressive. Now, me, myself, personally, I don't know what went down as far as the altercation between them two. I don't know if he slammed her. He probably did. But she said he did not punch her. She did not slap her, none of that. She said it was a slam. The footage that was shown doesn't show a slam. It shows her getting off the floor, whatever. It shows the brother covering him and her. So you can't see her actually being slammed. But that was one of the slams. And her brother said on stand that she's known to exaggerate. I hate that it feels like I'm making the defense's case, but this is why the guy is actually on trial, because the gray area comes as he's driving away and lets off 39 shots. Allegedly, I believe like 39 shots. And we don't know for sure if the guys actually showed guns at him. But one gun was found, even though the 2 guys are saying nobody had guns. One gun was found. My question that I would have as a jury, as I'm looking at the situation, all right, the 4 guys say they were just over there to talk to him and escalate to a fight. Then they were just fighting and they was ready to leave and just run away. Boom, boom, boom. They're saying that they never showed any guns. My question is, if they never showed any guns, then how did Travis know that at least one of them had a gun? How did he know if they never showed any guns? That's a crazy lucky guess to me. Once again, I'm talking on a personal opinion. I don't know for this to be true, but it sounds wild. Now, that's why this shit is in trial, because the guys were down the street from his house and he was shooting down the street as they were riding away. But he claims that Sebastian and Tyler Robinson were aiming guns at him. Tyler Robinson didn't stay in the car. He ran and tossed his gun and ended up at the hospital. The defense is making the case saying that Sebastian's gun was tossed as well because the guys did not immediately call for 911 help after their friend was shot. They drove until the car died because, after being shot so many times. And that's when they eventually called 911. The defense is making the case that during that time, that's when they tossed the gun. I don't know. All I know is somehow Travis Rudolph had an idea and was right that at least one of them, he said 2, but at least one of them did have a gun on them in that car that he was shooting at the men that came to his house as vigilantes to protect the woman who was miles away, not at the home at the period of time. Now, the woman did say that she had a conversation with the guy, Daryl, DJ, that's the brother of Travis, and dude said, hey, that's fucked up what y'all did at my mom's house. Like, I would have did the same thing for my sister, but that's fucked up what y'all did. So it may have been something that went on between Travis and the sister. That's what I'm telling y'all. I don't know. I can't call it, but I would say this, though. She definitely was shown to be an aggressor at some point in time through that situation. It's like some unknowns. I don't know. We don't know. But this is what we all got to understand. If you are ever presented in a situation like this, because this is why I cover stories like this. If you are ever presented in a situation like this, even though you don't want to, your ass better call the police. If something going down with your sister, call them folks. Call them folks. Have them come and figure the situation out, because you can't be the one crashing out, because you may lose your life. And there's a great chance that this man may get off with this situation, and I wouldn't be mad at him getting off, because he may have felt like he was in fear of his life, and I understand why. Because somehow he felt like it was justified, because one of them dudes had a gun in that car. At least one of them for sure. So he claiming one of them aimed at him. I don't know, but he said that's what happened. And ended up shooting at his shit. They came there to beat his ass. They came there to beat his ass and was beating their ass. So I gotta get these dudes up off us. So shit. Hey man, that's what he chose to do. A tough, unfortunate situation, but that's what he chose to do. But none of this happens if the married woman isn't going through this man's phone, getting upset with him, trashing this man's house, leaving, trashing his car, and texting these dudes, please go and shoot this shit up. None of this happens if this married woman doesn't do that. She doesn't lose her close friend. She admitted on the stand in a very weird way. Didn't seem like she's really apologetic, but we gotta take her word for it. We don't really have to. But she said that she feels sorry for everyone being in a situation, her friend being, being dead, and Travis sitting in a position he's in right now. She said that she does feel bad. I don't know where it's gonna go. I feel bad for the brothers, because just like the guy Daryl said, he said he probably would have did the same thing. But I want y'all to know, don't do the same thing, because this is how these situations can turn out. If you're on the scene and if someone is at risk and you have to protect them at the point of attack, yes, do all you can to save their life. This is a woman that's in your family, for sure, your loved one. Do all you can to save their life. If you want to be the big human being and protect someone that's not in your family, you want to be that person, go ahead and take that risk. Do what you can to save their life. But if they're not in imminent danger, they're not at the point of attack, they're not in danger right then, swallow that pride, kill all this snitch shit, get law enforcement involved to put the proper play in motion. And in reverse, when it comes to Travis Rudolph, we seen the woman beating your ass, my boy. We seen her beating your ass. At that point, you have the evidence to call them folks. And you not on trial for murder. You may be right, but if you got this woman beating your ass like we seen, you don't even have to be in this position. Call them folks. If you're watching this video to this point right here, I want you to comment, call them folks. All right? Okay? It's listen, I get it. As a man, it's tricky because we know that it can land us in jail anyway, goddammit. But at least you'll have your day in court and hopefully no one gets murdered. Although, because we know history does point to the fact that a man can still be harmed, unfortunately, when they are just simply trying to protect themselves. Unfortunately, that's how it is. But if the guy did that, I like his chances better than his chances now, man. Long story short, the optics are crazy. Yeah, it's being kind of salacious with constantly calling the woman a married woman, but she is technically a married woman. At a point in time, 2 weeks later or 2 months after Travis was arrested is when she finally got a divorce. But she claims to be that she was legally separated throughout the time of them dating. But so many things point to the fact that if she was more emotionally intelligent in a situation, then none of this would have happened. Because the 4 boys, I think they stupid, but I feel sorry for them because just like Daryl said, that is Travis Rudolph's brother, he probably would have did the same damn thing. So I feel sorry for them boys, even though they fucked around and found out. I feel sorry for them because they was protecting the black woman. But from what I see, in my personal opinion, we got a black man protecting himself in self-defense. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I see. But the law may see it different. I don't know. We gonna come back with some more coverage. I'm gonna tell y'all what the women and many other people, the whole world is reacting to the shit. It's definitely South Florida. Y'all know I'm from South Florida, I'm from Miami. So I'm gonna show y'all what's going on in my timeline, the conversations around here in my neck of the woods, because I know the story's about to go global soon. So y'all stay tuned, smash the like button, subscribe if you're new to my channel, and turn on the notification bell for more updates on this situation right here. Let me know how y'all coming. Do y'all think Travis Rudolph need to go to jail for this situation? Do research on your own. Don't just take it from me. I may have a little bias. Do research on your own. Do y'all think he should go to jail for this situation? Or is it free Travis Rudolph for y'all? Y'all let me know what y'all think. Me, I can't call it. All I know, the situation shouldn't have even got to that point, because I see both sides of the guys, and some things I just don't know what the truth gonna be. I don't know. One thing I learned about these cases is you're never gonna know. It's just gonna be how good could it convince the jury. That's it. But y'all let me know what you think in the comment section below. I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here though. It's your boy Stacy. Yo.